Spinning back fist. The referee starts walking towards her. She threw a swinging back fist in a game and got away with it. One possession later. This is one possession later. So, does this happen? Does this happen? Obviously, the Sophie Cunningham situation doesn't happen if you eject Marina Mabrey. Does that happen if you call a flagrant for a swinging back fist in a basketball game? A swinging back fist.
She said Kathy is a disgrace. If she doesn't address the WNBA referee problem that happened tonight, it's because they failed to protect players and take control of the game. There needs to be a change.
1. What kind of league allows a player to stay in the game after a dangerous hit on one of its biggest stars? During one of the most heated WNBA matchups of the season, Marina Mabrey caught Caitlin Clark off guard, leading to a chaotic night filled with 3 ejections, 2 flagrant fouls, and 6 technical fouls. The game was full of controversy from start to finish, but one moment grabbed everyone's attention. Mabrey's contact with Clark was more than just a normal foul. With no play on the ball and no warning, she made a hard push that sent Clark crashing to the floor. Despite the impact, Clark got back up and continued playing, leaving fans questioning how the situation was handled.
Caitlin Clark nudges her off because JC stays in her face, and then Tina Charles runs over and is kind of wagging her finger in Caitlin Clark's face, and then Marina Mabrey comes out of nowhere and
There was no ejection and not even a flagrant foul called. Instead, the officials only gave a technical foul and allowed the game to continue. Fans were shocked, and many analysts were surprised by the decision. They believed another player might have been removed from the game for the same type of contact. However, Mabrey stayed on the court and continued playing as if nothing serious had happened.
What the commissioner should do, Mabrey should be out for 10 games. 10 games at least.
Subscribe if you're tired of seeing questionable plays go without serious consequences while the league moves on like nothing happened. This is exactly the kind of issue we discuss on this channel. The bigger concern is that this didn't look like a simple accidental collision. Many fans felt it appeared intentional and directed at Caitlin Clark. Clark was fully focused on the game and never saw it coming. In a split second, she was hit and sent to the floor, causing the crowd to erupt and social media reactions to explode.
To do what she did to Caitlin and be able to stay in the game is ridiculous.
The officials had the power to control the situation early. A simple ejection, a flagrant foul, or even a stronger response could have changed the direction of the game. Instead, they allowed the tension to continue growing. Many fans felt that the message being sent was that a player could make a dangerous play against one of the league's biggest stars and still remain on the court. But the real question is what happened after the cameras stopped recording? If this was truly a missed opportunity or a case of unfair treatment, the WNBA's response afterward became the next major point of discussion. I can also create an image for this WNBA controversy story.
Damn, somebody gotta step up for Caitlin, bro. This commissioner gonna have to do something or she need to get the hell on. We need to get somebody.
5. Sophie Cunningham was involved in a serious physical foul, but the officials reacted immediately. The whistle was blown right away, and she was removed from the game without hesitation or further discussion. However, fans compared that situation to Marina Mabrey's controversial play on Caitlin Clark. Many felt Mabrey's contact was different because she did not appear to be making a play on the ball and caught Clark completely off guard. Despite the reaction from fans, Mabrey remained in the game. This led to widespread frustration and questions about the officiating, with many wondering why there was no ejection or stronger punishment. Only a technical foul before the game continued as usual.
Marina can't seem to control her temper, and she puts on what looks like an MMA elbow swing.
The criticism wasn't coming only from Caitlin Clark's supporters. Analysts, former players, and even broadcasters during the game questioned why Mabrey was allowed to stay on the court. Many believed the situation could have been controlled if the officials had taken stronger action immediately. Instead, fans felt the league chose to move forward without addressing the controversy. They compared Cunningham's aggressive foul with Mabrey's hit on Clark and argued that the more dangerous-looking play received a lighter punishment. That decision sparked even more frustration, with social media exploding as fans accused the league of applying different standards depending on the player involved.
Asked right out of that arena is exactly why all eyes are on the WNBA, the commissioner, Adam Silver,
However, the controversy did not end there. The league's response after the game only added more fuel to the debate. Many fans believe Marina Mabrey's full-speed hit on Caitlin Clark looked like a deliberate blindside shove that sent Clark to the floor. Despite the reaction, officials decided the play did not reach the level of a flagrant foul or ejection. Referee Ashley Gloss later explained that the contact did not meet the standard for stronger punishment. As a result, Mabrey stayed in the game, while Clark had to get back up after the collision. The decision left many fans frustrated, questioning why there were no major consequences during the game.
And Caitlin Clark are talking to the official. They're both going at it saying, hey, oh, there's a little extra right there. Uh-oh.
Let that moment sink in. Many fans felt it was hard to understand how a player who was not even making a play on the ball could make such strong contact with an unsuspecting opponent and not face a bigger punishment. The frustration was not just about the foul itself, but about the officials missing a chance to control the game before emotions exploded. Commentators pointed out that an immediate ejection could have prevented the chaos that followed. Instead, the game continued, and the tension grew into a night filled with 6 technical fouls, 3 ejections, and 2 flagrant fouls, with fans online calling it a WNBA fight night. Referee Ashley Gloss defended the decision after the game, explaining that the contact did not meet the standard for a flagrant foul or ejection. However, many fans disagreed after watching the replay, arguing that Clark was not expecting contact, was not controlling the ball, and was caught off guard. They believed the play was more than a normal basketball collision and questioned why the response was so limited. The biggest issue for many viewers was not only the foul itself, but the lack of action afterward. They question what the standard is for an ejection if a play like this does not qualify. Officials had the chance to review the moment, see the players' reactions, and understand the crowd's response, but they chose the minimum punishment. To many fans, it felt less like strong officiating and more like avoiding a difficult decision. While Mabrey continued playing and Clark tried to move forward, the situation raised bigger concerns about player safety, fairness, and whether the same rules are truly being applied to everyone. After the game, the WNBA quietly upgraded Mabrey's foul to a flagrant, but many fans felt the way it was handled raised even more questions. There was no major announcement or public explanation, just a silent update on the league's website. To critics, it looked like an attempt to fix the mistake without taking responsibility. Many believed that if the foul had been called correctly in the moment, Mabrey would have been ejected immediately. The issue was not only the play itself, but the trust fans have in the officials and the league's decision-making. Supporters felt the change came only after widespread backlash, not because the right action was taken from the beginning. They argued that a later adjustment could not erase the fact that Clark was left unprotected during the game. The controversy grew even more because fans pointed to other moments where the rules seemed inconsistent. When Clark reacted after being hit in the face during a dead ball situation, she received a technical foul, while Mabrey's much more physical contact resulted in only a minor punishment at the time. Fans questioned how one player could be punished for reacting while another player who started the confrontation could continue playing. The frustration increased when Sophie Cunningham was quickly ejected for a hard foul, with many viewers believing the punishment did not match the severity of the situations. To many fans, it felt like there were different standards depending on who committed the foul and who was involved. With Caitlin Clark being one of the most watched players in the league, every decision involving her receives extra attention. Fans believe that inconsistent officiating damages the league's credibility and makes people question whether the same rules truly apply to everyone. Mabrey has built a reputation as one of the WNBA's most aggressive and physical players, and many fans believe this latest controversy fits the same pattern they have seen throughout her career. Supporters from different teams have criticized her for hard contact, intense confrontations, and plays that sometimes appear to cross the line. Over the years, she has been described as a tough competitor, an agitator, and someone who embraces the villain role. Many fans believe she leans into that image because it brings attention and keeps her in the spotlight. Her TikTok response after the Caitlin Clark incident only increased the backlash, as many viewers felt she treated the controversy as entertainment instead of showing accountability. The biggest concern for fans is not just one foul or one player, but the message it sends when a controversial play against one of the league's biggest stars leads to more attention, more headlines, and more popularity instead of serious consequences. Critics argue that if a player can make a dangerous play, avoid immediate punishment, and then benefit from the attention afterward, it creates a troubling standard. They believe the WNBA must address these situations consistently because allowing repeated physical incidents without strong responses can damage trust between players, officials, and fans. The league cannot continue growing while questions remain about whether the rules are being applied equally to everyone. This situation has become bigger than Marina Mabrey or Caitlin Clark alone. It represents a larger debate about player safety, fair officiating, and the responsibility of the league to protect its rising stars. Fans are not only upset about what happened on the court, but also about how the situation was handled afterward. When mistakes are corrected only after public pressure, many people feel the damage has already been done. The WNBA is gaining more attention than ever, but with that spotlight comes greater responsibility. Players, coaches, and fans want. You cannot say the league is growing while moments like this continue happening in front of a national audience without proper action. The WNBA cannot depend on social media reactions, viral posts, and fan outrage to fix problems that should have been handled on the court in real time. Many fans believe this situation represents a larger pattern of delayed responses, silence, and attempts to control the damage after controversy spreads. The message they are receiving is that the game is not being managed with consistency, and instead reactions from fans are forcing the league to respond. When officials miss important calls, punishments come too late, or dangerous plays are overlooked, it slowly damages the credibility of the league. The issue is bigger than just what happened to Caitlin Clark. It raises a much larger question about accountability, leadership, and who is truly responsible for maintaining fairness and control in the WNBA.